Good afternoon. My name is Mike Shannon, and I am a failed entrepreneur. I've actually been on this stage before. I've been on the stage of Shark Tank before. Many of you may have heard from me many times before. I was part of a group of rebellious college students who back in 2011 set out to help solve the expensive textbook cost paradigm. There's a lot to that story, over 4 years, but we were ultimately unsuccessful with the books. So why am I here? Well, we didn't have the verbiage then, but we were epistemically curious about the learning path that begins with formal education. We self-reflected on our own resilient entrepreneurial learning path, looked at folks like, if you've heard of the graduate student who led the discovery of water on Mars 5 years after being sparked by an assignment, or even back to Galileo, who first questioned the reality of and common knowledge of the Earth being the center of the universe. And the common denominator was curiosity, lifelong curiosity. And so through this, at times, painstaking journey, our Packback team had crystallized our true purpose, awakening and fueling the lifelong curiosity in every student. I'm going to show you how we do that, of course. But first, do you guys know Sophie? Dr. Sophie von Stoom, Goldsmiths, University of London? Well, Dr. von Stoom's research concluded with curiosity as the third pillar of academic performance. In fact, Dr. von Stoom is convinced that curiosity may be the single best predictor of individual achievement as it encompasses intelligence, persistence, and hunger for novelty in one. What's insightful, I thought, while intimidating, when considering today's learning environment. Just last year, Dr. Michael Crow of ASU took the stage and gave us a guiding vision for the mega scale toward which higher education is moving. Again, exciting but challenging when I think about what techniques are available to manage and deliver quality at that scale. Better assessment, for the most part. Proctoring tools, adaptive quizzing techniques, a growing list of tools optimized for the foundational levels of Bloom's taxonomy of cognition, all useful. But here's the thing. The most striking finding of Dr. von Stoom's research is that academic motivation declines steeply over the first year of college and never recovers, meaning that the curious will succeed disproportionately versus the incurious. So Packback exists to awaken and fuel it. So what do? Well, we bring you the first intelligent discussion platform. Our myriad of features combine for 3 core impacts: coaching the life skill of asking great questions, providing constructive and positive feedback loops at scale, and fueling purpose and curiosity for the subject matter. On coaching the life skill of asking a great question, curiosity is emphasized the minute a student signs on for Packback and they go through our curiosity tutorial. Now, why does that matter? Because 3 out of 4 teachers claim their students suffer from the Wikipedia problem. They've been trained to crave fast answers by the time the college educator receives them. So, on Packback, when a student conducts weekly questions, they'll receive live, inline coaching, giving them feedback on the optimal thought-provoking question structure. From there, we provide positive and constructive feedback loops at scale. To do so, we deploy a hybrid moderation system of our system AI, instructor inputs, and student inputs. It starts with a series of quality diagnosing algorithms that set the quality floor. From there, students have ownership of their learning environment and can add input to moderation. Any feedback is delivered home with a one-to-one automated coaching email giving the student the exact purpose of the feedback. And lastly, we lay up the teaching moments for busy instructors to take low time cost, high impact actions to model critical thinking behaviors in their course. Introducing, for the first time, our newest feature, custom feedback, by which an instructor may privately coach or publicly praise a student for their question or response. And this brings us to our sweet spot, fueling purpose and curiosity for the subject matter. When an instructor praises a post, it may be pinned to the top of the community with the reason, or added to our list of featured posts. More on this in a minute. Students may receive and award sparks, indicating the sparking of curiosity. I consider it the community's intellectual currency, which is further bolstered by the curiosity score. This is our proprietary gamification metric on a scale of 100, which measures and provides instant gratification to a student on their effort, presentation, and credibility of a question. And lastly, you can read all about it. The Packback system AI analyzes the content in the community and curates it into a weekly newsletter that we call the Curious Reader. This is a weekly newsletter that transforms the purpose dynamic of a course, as an instructor can leverage the power of peer influence, and students are receiving the relevancy of the content through the questions of their peers. Coaching, the life skill of asking great questions, providing constructive and positive feedback loops at scale, and fueling purpose and curiosity for the subject matter. It's a virtuous cycle that all improves with scale. That, to us, is the Socratic method reimagined for today's learning environment. So how are we doing? Well, for one testimonial, Dr. Jose Vasquez, who teaches 2,000 intro economics students at the University of Illinois per year, told Forbes magazine that while the Socratic method is impractical with large groups, Packback has effectively brought it into his large classroom, I'm paraphrasing, and most importantly, he's observed a dramatic improvement to students' motivation to learn, back to Dr. von Stum's most striking finding. This is the type of sentiment that we hear when our purpose is aligned with instructors' teaching mission. And as it turns out, that happens a lot, which is why we've grown from 7,000 users in our first beta year to 75,000 this current academic year, just 2 years of development later, an imprint we expect to double next year. It's been an exciting time for our team. But a closing note on our students and our why. You can pick a topic: homelessness, global affairs, immigration. There are advanced discussions occurring right now in the safe sanctuary of Packback communities in a respectful yet intellectually challenging manner that can't happen on social media or LMS threads. You know, students, and all of us for that matter, live in this world where the powers that be argue about fake news as we're bombarded with the proselytization of who or what channels deliver the best answers for the public to download as truth. Well, not on Packback. We are reversing education's fast answer epidemic, reviving the life skill of asking great questions by awakening and fueling lifelong curiosity, no matter the scale.